Today I am doing a video that has to do with discipline. That is one thing that we don't have in the US anymore, or for those of us that do, very little. First things first, discipline. It is the act of punishing someone in a correspondence to what they have done. It doesn't matter what it is they did as long as they were punished accordingly. Abuse is different, where you are punished beyond what you were supposed to be punished. Now, to start off this, who remembers discipline and how well behaved the generations used to be? I'm asking this because in the past a decade I have seen a huge difference in discipline. First things first, there is a difference between discipline and abuse. Discipline: you punish your child appropriately to what he or she did. Tell them why they were punished. Show them love. Let them know that every wrong thing has a consequence. Let them have fun with the rest of their day. In that order. If abuse: you beat the child, call them worthless, or whatever else you may call them. You'll lock them in their room for no reason. You'll ignore their cries when it's too much for them to handle. So like if you're spanking them and they are crying because it hurts that much, stop, because you're starting to go into the lines of abuse. Second, discipline teaches respect. I grew up learning that. I got spanked as a kid, and because of that, I respect the people I am around. The people I am around, I treat them with top respect. I call men and women I have no idea who they are, sir and ma'am. I learned some of that from the military, but I also learned that because of the fact that I was disciplined as a kid. Abuse teaches fear and disrespect. I have experience with being abused when I was in the active duty Army in Fort Riley, Kansas, 1st Battalion, 28th Infantry Battalion. What they did was terrible. One of the squad leaders, not my squad leader, choked me, as in this type of choking, where he had his hands around my neck, in front of about 15, 16 other privates and specialists. Also, my squad leader, he just straight up didn't like me. He smoked me for no reason, hence I grew to not like him one bit. In the time that I was in that unit and left, me and 2 other soldiers left that unit with PTSD, and none of us 3 were deployed. Not a single one of us. The rest of the unit went off to Afghanistan. This was a couple of years ago, so they're not over there right now. Third, today's age has virtually no discipline and think that a spanking, mouthful of soap, nose and toes to the wall is abuse. It's all because of a quote-unquote expert that said spanking warped their self-esteem. He said that because his son committed suicide, yet had nothing to do with discipline. His son was actually bullied, which is why he did that, and his father didn't even think about looking that stuff up. One reason we have no discipline anymore is because we are all buried in our electronic devices. Our phones, our tablets, our iPods, our iPads, our MP3s, our MP4s, our game systems, the modern TV channels, which a lot of them are outright disgusting. Cartoon Network has become terrible. It used to actually teach you in the cartoons about how respect works and what happens to people that do stuff wrong. Now it just shows a bunch of stuff like, for example, Amazing World of Gumball. You've got them straight up going to complete disrespect. They're showing they're literally showing how disrespectful they can get. Like one of the episodes where they were just trashing the place that they lived in, and one of them was just trying to get that fixed. But no, everyone else just went haywire. And one thing is, I don't like that show because of every single episode being similar to that. Other than that, the parts where it's not like that, it's pretty good to watch, especially since I've got a son who is a little over a year old. But the parts where it is like that, I don't like him seeing that, because it is bad. I hope you liked this, and do a little bit of research on what discipline is, because it has changed a ton in this history of this time that we are in since 2000. I don't care if you subscribe or if you share or whatever. I really don't care if you do any of that. I don't care if you don't even watch this video. I'm just doing this as an awareness thing of what has been happening to our generation with discipline versus abuse. I'll see you later. Adios. Deuces.